few of these rules. Like Urko Nam's rule was just for the day of trying to sort through the bodies. It's still going to take him a week. So, and you still did very, very poorly on those awareness tests. Scrutiny tests.
Ah, a dead body. Look, another dead body.
Yeah. So you didn't pick up anything there. I think Aldora and Celine and Alia kind of picked up that there are stowaways on board. That was kind of your big hint. I don't think Latherin or Verity really learned anything except how to get a lot of food and a lot of drink. So, does that sound about right where everyone was at?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah. What do you guys? So this probably going through all of that so far would have probably taken about half the day. Probably would have taken a couple hours. As you guys kind of finish up questioning, and Latherin and Verity are still drinking away. And Urko probably begins a ill-fated count for the day. You hear a gentle hum suddenly go through the ship. It seems pretty ubiquitous from wherever you go. If anyone's standing by a porthole or anything, or viewport, or anywhere into space, you'll see steel shutters slam down suddenly. A general announcement goes out through the ship. Stand by. Prepare for transit into warp space.
We're supposed to sit down for this?
No, but a few minutes after that, you get this weird sense of vertigo, as though you were standing on an elevator that descended quickly, only it seems to go in every direction.
We've all been through the warp,
yeah.
Right?
I'm pretty sure. Celine has. Verity definitely has. I guess you all would have had to been through the warp at some point. So.
At least to get to where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Run by snail sail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So it's me, Alia, and
Aldora was with you, but she gets called away quickly to attend to some matter.
Okay. I think Celine will say to Alia, I wonder how the others are faring. I wonder if they found anything. Now that we are in the warp, it's but a matter of time before we reach the destination, and we have to have results before then.
Most of them are probably still drinking. We should probably move on to investigate the cargo. Or at least some more people. We need to do this faster.
Indeed. Should we split up? I believe you would have an easier time seeking out artifacts in the cargo than I would.
Possibly, but I'm worried that if I lost control of myself, there wouldn't be anywhere there to shoot me.
Great point, Alia. I will accompany you.
See?
Especially while we are in the warp. As you know, it's a thin line between us and oblivion, and psychers are the hole in which the foul demons can come through.
They've told me that enough times. Alright.
So I guess we'll stop, pulling people out of line and then shooting them, and go towards the cargo bay.
I don't think you guys had shot anyone yet.
We watched somebody get shot.
Yeah, but that's different than shooting someone.
Well, it would have been going on more so.
And we sort of caused it to happen by showing the illegitimate on board.
So, what are you guys gonna go try and find now?
I think we'll just head towards the cargo holds and just start kind of. I'll be letting Alia do like a broad sweep with her Sinisians, probably, because I know she can sense the artifacts. So
I still have that artifact from earlier. I never got rid of it.
This is true.
I didn't forget.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have at least stored it on the Aquila.
I mean, does it really matter at this point?
Probably not.
Probably better than.
I mean, I'd rather have it within my sight line than have it sitting on a plane that none of us are on. Well, craft carrier.
You could
We can launch it into the sun with the rest of the artifacts once we find them.
You might be able to ask the rogue trader to keep it safe.
Oh.
What a good joke.
Great idea. Give him more heretical artifacts.
Can you put this expensive Xenos artifact into your safekeeping? I wouldn't want it to get lost. Oh, it won't get lost. I'll make sure not to lose it. As he immediately eats it.
Okay, so do you want to do anything with that artifact?
I'm just gonna hold on to it for right now.
Okay.
I don't trust them to keep their hands to themselves when it comes to artifacts, so people on board, not, us.
Yeah. So, which particular cargo hold are you going to search?
I mean,
I remember you described there was like 3 of them or something.
Yeah, there's like there's the one Urkonam's in right now that holds all the dead bodies. There's just a set of like general cargo holds right now. Most of those have been converted to, kind of like passenger liner, kind of like to hold the pilgrims and whatnot.
I'll suggest to Alia, I'll say, perhaps we can help. Well, shit. Do I know Urko's in there?
Yeah, he made it pretty. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
I couldn't remember.
I came in and
perhaps
literally announced it to everyone.
Perhaps
He was
we
very
can.
upset about the discrepancy of 50 bodies out of 37,000.
Yeah, of course he would be. Alia, perhaps we can assist Urko in finishing up his duty in there, and also, I do not know if he's actually inspecting inside the coffins. Perhaps your gift, or I don't say that. Perhaps your curse can find more information.
I was about to say the Sororitas calling my powers a gift.
Yeah, no, that's not right.
Yes, there's entirely the possibility they also might have put the artifacts in the corpses. Nobody would think of looking at that.
Exactly my thoughts.
Okay.
So that's where we head to.
Sweet. And before I do hit that up, Lathrin and Verity, what are you two going to be doing?
I'd ask what's the dude's name? The main dude, the rogue trader. I'd ask him if he actually had any work on the ship for me. I
believe he left. You'd have to go find him, I think, right?
Oh yeah, he did leave. After-
Yeah. I think you said you were going to just keep drinking there, and he kind of left you to it. Well, he mostly because he had to go, navigate a ship through warp. Make sure the crew
just some minor things.
Yeah.
I try to find him then again.
Okay.
Just kind of stumble around the ship, I guess.
Are you gonna ask any of his crew, any of the servitors with you?
I'd search by myself for a while. Just kind of wander.
Okay. First, make a toughness test because you've been drinking for a while.
Alright.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you're still pretty sober, so go ahead and just kind of make an awareness test. Okay, nice. Yeah, you don't find him per se, but you do come to a large set of doors that say bridge, you know, after wandering down a hallway.
I'd if it's open, I'd like to walk on in.
I mean, they're not open. They're shut right now. Okay, you could always knock, I guess. Oh,
Yeah, I'd knock, but with not like with my knuckles, kind of knock with like the
full fist.
yeah,
Just pound on it.
yeah, more the pounding knock.
Okay, the door slides open. There are about 5 armsmen standing on the other side, glaring at you. Can we help you, sir?
I was just looking for the rogue trader here.
He'll look you up. He'll look you up and down and say, "May I ask who's looking for him?"
Well, I'm Lithran. This ship was stopped to basically pick us up, or pick me up. So I'm pretty important here.
You're with the ecclesiarchy?
I'm not. No.
Pilgrim?
Nope. The more you ask, like, the more I'm going to
Shit cleaner?
reject what. Does he say that?
Yes.
I'm grab his collar.
Oh my god!
Make a strength test.
Alright.
Okay, it'll be opposed against his 43. Oh, you do pass. So what do you say to him?
I'd then just like pull him close, kind of thing, and just say, if I was the shit cleaner, I'd have to clean you up, and then just kind of like push him back.
Oh, snap.
Okay. He's gonna glare at you and say, "I'm gonna give you 3 seconds before I aerate your skull." And behind him, you hear, "Enough! Enough!" And you see what was his name?
The rogue trader we always forget the name of?
No. Helion. His seneschal come forward. Say, "Gentlemen, Sergeant, go and stand down. This man's part of the Inquisition." Aye, he'll respond and kind of just step aside. "Apologies, my good sir. So, security is, of course, very tight on the ship. How can I help you?"
Well, you at least warn them that we're here, and I just asked for where the rogue trader is.
What
I can't
ends
remember his name, that's why. Answer for it.
Yeah. What answer for is currently upon his throne. We are about to make transit into the warp.
Am I able to like join the bridge and everything and watch?
He seems he's standing aside, you know, letting you. Oh, you asking him that, or are you asking me?
I'd ask him. Like,
yes.
am I able to like stay on the bridge and just kind of like watch everything go down?
Of course. My master has made this ship completely open to you and your fellows. He'll say, kind of step to the side and usher you in.
I'd walk in and just like, what do I see? Like, what does this bridge look like?
Okay, so you're going to see a massive sweeping, basically dome. Everything's ornately carved into it. Uh, there's rows of, basically the way it's arranged is kind of in like almost like a ziggurat kind of level. You have the rows and rows of different kind of monitors on the base level, and like three different basically terraces that go up, and at the apex is the Lord Anzathor's throne.
Is there anyone else besides him on the third tier?
He's kind of sitting above everyone, and there doesn't seem to be anyone there right now. To get to him, it'd be probably about like 100 meters, you know, and you're kind of like you're at the equal level with his throne right now.
Uh-huh.
You know, the roof arches up away from you, and at the far end is a massive viewport of the space. So, what would you like to do?
From here, I'd just like casually walk through all like the rows of like all the people working in the monitors and all that.
You come in above them, like from where you stand. There's like a kind of like a semicircle, and that's about like 75 meters wide. And from at the two far ends, horizontal to you, the ramps basically lead down to the different rows, and then if you go straight, you'll cross kind of like a little bridge to where his throne is at.
Okay, then I just go straight to the throne. Just kind of walk on up beside him.
Okay. He'll turn around and greet you and say, "Ah, Mr. Latherin, welcome. What can I do for you?"
Nothing. Just watching.
Ah, excellent. Always an exciting moment. You're just in time. The engines are about to create the opening rift. He'll turn around, and about a few seconds after he says that, you'll see a miasma of colors suddenly rip into the black, rip open against the black background of space. It's swirling madness and a chaotic pattern of kaleidoscopic colors. How deeply do you kind of examine it for anything, or do you just kind of look away?
I would look away.
Good answer. Because as you do, you see that everyone else kind of took a quick glimpse at it and then kind of looked away. And right afterwards, the shutters come down. So Anzafor will then turn back to you and say, "Always a spectacular moment. Always worth the risk to get a glimpse at the glories of the Omnissiah opening space before us, opening the void, and letting us cruise through the emptiness to the worlds of the Emperor. Wouldn't you agree?"
And I just grunt. After all of his talk, I would just grunt.
Is there anything else I can show you while you're up here?
Nope, just being up here is fine.
Ah, you wish to observe the operation of the ship, then?
Yeah, I just want to see how everything's run.
Perhaps Captain Thalakar would be be better able to give you the rundown. He's in charge of the day-to-day operations of the ship. I, of course, run my dynasty, and that requires much more concentration.
I'll get in touch with him soon. But for now, I'll wait here.
He'll shrug and say, "Very well." He'll kind of just turn back to his business. So.
All right.
Which is sitting on the throne.
Yeah, he does make a few
Dynasty.
comments now and then, but he seems mostly to be observing.
Working hard or hardly working?
So, Lathan, besides being a horrible house guest, anything else you want to do?
No, I would just make stuff awkward for him by standing up there with him. That's just basically what I would.
Okay.
And Lathan's an asshole.
Guardsmen. Ugh.
Yeah. What's your... So, Verity, what would you have been doing during this time?
I mean, when she feels she's done with the food, she'd probably just head back to her ship.
Or to the Aquila?
You're just gonna go sit on it.
Okay. What are you going to do? Just fall asleep?
Yeah, basically.
Fair enough.
Make sure everything's still there.
Yeah, you'll notice that it's under heavy guard still. Not like they're keeping you from it, it's just, they're obviously watching it closely.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Is Lathan walking around with an autocannon on the ship?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Wow.
If no one's stopped it.
I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so back to Alia and Celine.
The troublemakers.
Do we reach Urko?
Yeah, you get, probably it takes you like an hour to kind of navigate your way through the ship, to where Urko was. Alia doesn't really have any trouble getting there, of course. She's been on the ship for a while beforehand, even if it has been a while since you were last there.
Okay.
So you see Urko with a group of about 100 armsmen going through the count of the bodies. What do you do?
Are they assisting or are they pointing guns at the corpses?
They're assisting.
Okay.
You do know that they all look kind of bored, just kind of throwing stacks of corpses. 1, 2, 3.
Urko knows they're actually making sure it's all down in a data sleep.
Mm-hmm.
As meticulously counts them tossing the corpses.
Mm-hmm.
How are the corpses in coffins or body bags or what?
There's quite a discrepancy between the poor and the rich. You do notice that there seem to be a great number of bodies that are just kind of put in some cheap linen wrappings and basically are kept cold and piled in huge, basically huge stacks of corpses. A few do have, some do have their own coffins, and a few seem to have kind of free-floating, standalone crypts, just very ornate structures to house them.
I guess we'll approach Urko and I'll wave him over. Urko, how goes it?
What was I on, 21,000 corpses so far?
Probably in the time you've made it is probably somewhere around 5,000 or 6,000. Actually, probably not even that. If you're getting the names and matching them all up, that kind of stuff.
I would. I'd be
You probably
meticulously
would've-
matching every name.
Yeah, you probably would have maybe gotten to like just a few hundred at that point.
The re-recording of every corpse unit has been going extremely well. Every name and face have been recorded almost to 1,000 now.
Well,
Record.
mhm.
You were talking first. I interrupted.
Who, me or Urko?
You.
Oh, okay. Urko, I noticed you're pursuing the discrepancy of a strange number of, or an inaccurate number of corpses, correct?
Indeed. There's an incorrect number by 50. Exact count must be known for to get the exact amount. So,
For the purpose of finding the ones that weren't correctly documented, because they're perhaps the ones we're searching for, correct?
and you could tell it didn't really dawn on him. He's just counting them to confirm these numbers.
Fucking Urko. Because the artifacts we were thinking could be inside the bodies.
Shall I meticulously go through every body cavity?
I believe what you're doing will perhaps lead us to the bodies not documented, which could have them. But myself and Alia will be sensing them. She can use her abilities to seek out the artifacts.
Then I shall continue recording every name in cold unit corpse until Alia informs me of a strange anomaly in one of their body cavities.
Indeed, and if you find the first discrepancy you find, please notify us.
Immediately. For the
Very well. Alia, shall we proceed?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Cynoscians.
Minus 40.
Minus 40, Jesus. Oh yeah, we're in the warp. Never mind, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun 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 dun. Still
Holy
succeeded.
shit. Damn. 3 degrees of success.
Yeah. Okay, so you begin sweeping the area. You don't recognize anything coming away from the bodies. However, you notice there seems to be a slight permutation in the warp, leading down a hallway off of the cold chambers.
What is it, girl? What is it? What do you see, girl? Huh?
Don't make me kill myself.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking
To follow it would probably be minus 20 Cynician's test.
Oh, I get less of a penalty.
Yep.
because you've already
Okay.
found it. It's just following.
It seems we have the lead. I don't think there's anything in the corpses, but there's something down this hallway, it seems.
Shall I get Urko to travel with us?
He can continue what he's doing. I think is this the only room with corpses?
It's less of a room and more of a massive hangar bay.
We just have corpses in the middle of a hangar bay.
It's a very cold hangar bay.
I'd imagine it is space.
Yeah.
Very well. I draw my chainsword.
I don't know if it's that kind of disturbance, but alright.
Well, we found something and we do not know what it is. Better safe than...
Oh, yeah, minus 20. Where are we going?
Okay. So the hallway leads down about maybe 150 meters. As you walk, you are tracing kind of this weird flux in the warp. You're not quite sure what's going on with it.
Does it compare to anything I've seen before?
You're not really sure. It's very faint. Like, it's less like a visible weirdness with it and more like slight traces of it. So, It's even with you tracing it, it's still very, very faint and very ethereal, even for things of the warp. It eventually, however, leads you to a room. This room stands empty, however, with only some cargo boxes on the side and not really much else. Some dirty rags, some grease stains about. Nothing that you haven't seen elsewhere. Go ahead and make a flat initiative test, however.
Oh!
Ooh,
The warp
nice.
is with me, I guess.
Damn.
Okay, yes. So you definitely see the impressions of those warp signatures of the artifacts you've been tracking. The kind of the orderliness that it imposes on the warp still kind of lingers here. You can tell that it's been a few hours since you got here. Probably, maybe the last time an artifact was here was maybe a couple hours, maybe an hour or so after you got on ship.
Okay. So I just recognized that they were here, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep.
Celine, it appears these artifacts are the same kind that were on Desoleum. They were here less than an hour ago.
This is good news. Can you sense where they've gone? Like,
I suspect I could only sense their signature at this point because they were here for so long. I don't think I can track them to their new location until they're there for a little while. Signature has to build up strength. I mean, I could find it if I was close to it, but that could take forever on a ship this size. It could be anywhere.
I look for like a terminal nearby that would maybe document like what was, if there's any kind of like cargo manifest terminal or something.
Not in this particular room, no.
Okay.
Sororitas questing after knowledge. Oh.
If we must find perhaps maybe there's some documentation of who was using this storage here, and I start looking at the crates for if there's anything, any clues.
Go ahead. Are you going to go ahead and search them? Spend some time searching them, or are you just kind of looking at them?
Yeah, I would probably also search them in the way of like cutting them open with my chainsword.
Okay.
But also, yeah, trying to look for like labels, documentation, evidence.
Make a minus 20 scrutiny test.
Was that like a 2 for you?
That is indeed a 2. You don't really pick up. You can't really see anything. It looks like whatever labels these boxes had have been scrubbed clean.
Okay.
Once you cut them open, however, go ahead and make like a minus 10 awareness test.
Can I make this too, since I'm helping?
Sure.
If I don't know what I'm looking for, but... Welcome back to Syniscience, aka the thing I got a feat for, so I can just do this.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you'll find basically a spare, what looks to be a hotshot las pistol power pack. Kind of like just, it seems like it's been drained, and a smattering of a few bullets. It looks like they were left there accidentally or forgotten about in a haste to clear out.
What have you found there, Alia?
Looks to be some ammunition. So the manifest that contained the artifact is probably also weapons, so we can narrow it down a bit easier that way. Probably moved it because we got here. It's probably about an hour or so since the dinner, so...
This is a pack from the weapons the heretics were using. They're quite fond of this type. But that means that they are perhaps panicking. They're...
Well, we'd best not tell any of the guards on board about this evidence. They would be quick to shirk all weapons near the cargo, just to be sure.
So you are deducing that perhaps in the weapons cargo area?
Well, the boxes were masquerading as weapons cargo. They probably had some weapons on them, or maybe some weapons just on the top. So logically, we just need to go look for the boxes with weapons on the top, and the artifacts are probably in them.
Very well. Let's proceed to that cargo bay. Good work, Alia.
I know I'm a detective.
So you guys are going to kind of go and hit the armory?
Yeah?
Yes, if there's not a specific, like, storage
I don't know,
area.
actually, that's probably a poor idea. We should probably make our rounds first, because if we immediately jump to the armory and we're wrong, they would know we were on to them. Because that would be a pretty drastic jump immediately. To go from general cargo to, oh, let's go look at the armory where all the weapons are. Wouldn't you agree, Celine?
So what are you suggesting? Instead of going to the armory, we go where?
We go to a couple more cargo bays first, and then we go to the armory, because if they know that we made this jump and we're wrong, they might change how they're hiding the artifacts, and we could have lost our lead entirely.
Alia, but like you say, the artifacts were here but a mere hour ago. If we move fast, perhaps we can catch them getting sloppy. We're right on their heels, I feel.
That's a good point. Yes, you're right. We should not delay.
Very well. So
you guys are...
I guess we will go there.
Okay, so you guys are going straight to the armory?
I think that's our lead, yes.
Okay, yeah. You guys head straight there. It's your standard armory, very well fortified. The ship looks, you have armsmen kind of guarding it from the inside. As you approach, one of them will say, "Greetings. You are the Inquisition team?"
Indeed we are. Doing a sweep of the ship. Will you permit us access, please?
You kind of take a deep breath and say, "Yes." You can tell that permitting strangers access to his armory is not something he enjoys.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, we won't take anything.
So he opens it up, you guys walk in.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Alia go in. I just want to ask him a quick question.
Go ahead.
I look at his rank. I want to address him by his rank. What is he?
Senior armsman, first class.
Senior armsman, first class.
Actually, would you know Imperial Navy rank?
I know Imperial tactics.
I don't think that would cover rank though, but whatever.
I mean, is rank really all that much? I'd assume you'd be schooled on rank, and then, the relative skill level of the rank as a sororitas.
I am a military order, but
yeah, fair enough.
I mean, maybe I mess up and call him second class or something.
No, it's not like that, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I say, have any, medium to large sized shipments been moved here to be stored, or what's been the traffic like today in the past 2 hours?
I'm sorry, you kind of broke up during the first part of that question. Can you ask it again?
Oh, sorry. I was asking him what's the traffic been like for the past 2 hours, if there have been any medium to large shipments kind of being stored here, moved, anything.
There's been, I've issued the all I've issued today, ma'am, is the standard loadouts for patrols. Nothing particularly noteworthy.
So this not where weapon cargo is stored?
I guess it means what you mean by weapon cargo, man. We don't really transport per se like any Minotaurium resupplies. All the ammo we get is for our use. Yes, we do keep all our ammunition here. Anything else would be personal use by the pilgrims or other visitors.
And the personal use stuff would be stored in the normal cargo bays?
That would be stored on their person or wherever the yes, ma'am, wherever
Okay.
they would normally keep their gear.
You've been very helpful. Thank you. We'll probably only be a brief moment here. Thank you for your service, Senior Armsman.
He'll kind of salute you back. Aye, ma'am.
And I
okay.
just go join Alia.
Mm-hmm. Here. So, Alia, what are you gonna do?
I mean, first I'm gonna look around for any, obvious containers, because, from my test, could I get a general impression of, the size of the container, since it did impose an order on the orbit? Oh, they also interacted with the box, creating a semblance of a shape.
Yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem to be any of the sort of containers used down there. Most of those were some kind of weird worm-eaten wood-like material. Everything here seems to have been broken down and put into kind of either lockers or boxes, for plastic boxes for easy retrieval.
Cillian,
I don't think it's in here. Is there anywhere else where they put weapons?
Yes, the Senior Armsman informed me that if any cargo was brought onto the ship, even weapons for personal use would be stored in the normal cargo bays or on their persons.
So what we need to do is just find somebody who's stationed at the door, then I can interrogate them and we can find out anything that's moved in the past hour.
Yes, that's a good thought. I hadn't thought of that. Let us make for the cargo bays then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are going to be kind of trying to find. You guys are going to go to the cargo bays that are just for the general purpose with all the pilgrims in it right now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm specifically going to be looking for the guards that are guarding, and I'm going to ask them about entrances into the specific cargo bay. And then I want to know who was on duty at least about an hour ago. Who's been on duty all day, probably. Asking about an hour ago would probably make me even more suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and kind of how are you gonna phrase these questions?
Godsman, I was in our sweep of the ship, we would like to know how quickly you are cycling your guard in these rooms. We need to know if the heretics are able to move around items in between these rooms. So could you give me the guard schedule for each one of these? For the doorway you're guarding, at least. You probably at least know that.
Okay, respond. Aye, ma'am. We don't really keep that many guards on checking traffic between here. This is where most of the pilgrims stay. So lots of traffic between here and the Drunnels and just the different areas of the ship. We do a 12-hour guard shift. Right now we're in the middle of them, so anyone who's on duty right now would have seen anything today, since you came on board.
Alright, and how many entrances are there to each cargo bay?
On average around 20.
Excellent. Oh, that's perfect. How many are the entrances to this one?
This particular one, 20, ma'am. Not enough. It's about right now what you're standing in is about another like warehouse, like basically like just layers of you know, racks and different piles of cargo that and people just pressed in. This seems to be one of the a converted hat basically for the pilgrims. So.
Okay, thank you. I need to converse with my partner for a moment. We'll be right back. So, Celine, I have a bit of a idea. Depends on how much you trust the pilgrims is my general. Asking the pilgrims for information as to who came in here about an hour ago moving things would probably be the best way to get reliable information, but they could also be the very people we're trying to, you know, apprehend at this point.
Yes, it's... I think it'll be hard finding the real heretics in the midst of all these faithful. But perhaps even one of the faithful has seen something.
That's what I was thinking, because if they're moving stuff around the ship, they have to be familiar with it, so they're more than likely a member of the guard on board. So it's highly unlikely that all of them are in on it, or at least a large enough portion for us to accidentally talk to them.
But I believe us spending time searching this place with your senses and also talking to people, I believe both avenues will hopefully yield some results.
Mm-hmm.
After all, your senses have not failed us yet.
Don't say that, you're just gonna make them fail.
Perhaps we can start with just poking around.
Yeah.
I see a large stack of crates over there. Perhaps we could start with that.
Okay. Yeah. How long are you guys gonna kind of spend searching through here? Would you say?
Probably spend the rest of the day.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
I propose another thing, is that if they are watching us right now, more than likely, this is what they're going to do. They're going to rotate the items back into something we've already searched extensively. So I suggest that we double back on like the second or third cargo bay, and then intermittently randomly revisit the other ones for quick sweeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first rule of hide and go seek. You know, you go to the place they already looked at.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You're quite positive that there's no Xenos artifacts of any, at least none of the kind you're looking for, in these crates. I mean, it's just pretty standard, you know, pilgrim attires, you know, a few odds and ends, a lot of religious symbols and whatnot. So the so you guys are just kind of walking through the midst of the pilgrims.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd probably make sure to hide my symbol of the Adeptus. Well, at least try to cover the you know, brand that I have, because I don't know exactly how well pilgrims would receive a psyker walking around.
As I'm walking through, I'm sure I'm getting lots of, you know, people like paying attention to me. I'm looking specifically for people that aren't obsessed with me. And, you know, probably making note of them or even moving to interrogate them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of, you know, press around you, unless you tell them to kind of give you space.
Oh,
So-
I mean, I probably don't let them touch me, honestly.
Mhm.
Unless they're asking nicely, and then I'll let them, like, kiss my boots or something.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem to be. I mean, go ahead and make a scrutiny, make an awareness test, I guess.
Okay.
Just flat.
Alrighty. Damn it.
What, do you not?
No, I don't have it trained. I really need to get it trained, but I don't have any aptitude for it. I'll fate point.
You have over 8,000 experience points. You could have
since
picked
I'm
it.
just walking around with her right now, this is probably a good idea for me to look as well.
Mhm.
What is this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I do have over 8,000 XP. I will get it. It's on my
See, this
list.
is why I took all the stuff that makes Sinitians works for everything, so now I only need to skill Sinitians.
Yeah, Leah, you don't pick up any really suspicious behavior. Well, at least no one who looks like they're, smuggling Xenos artifacts. You do see some people kind of, like, keep to themselves or whatnot. That's what you're looking for.
I mean, I'd be more interested in the people that are, like, actively trying to, like, avoid her gaze, not, like, the guy that just doesn't really care. Because, I mean, that could just be someone who's, not totally into the Adeptus Sororitas style thing. I mean, I understand they're holy people, but, might not be the way they groove.
You do see one guy who's kind of, like, seems to be trying to huddle in the corner.
I'll point him out to Celine while I go to, the other side of the room to go look at the crates.
Okay, I'll approach the man.
Okay.
Citizen, you've been selected for a random questioning.
Oh,
Follow me.
it's papers,
Okay.
please.
He'll kind of look up, kind of push himself up to his feet unsteadily, and just kind of say, "Okay." Just start following you.
Okay, I'll lead him to the nearest room, and probably on my way give a signal to Alia or Combeater, meet me in the room or something. Glory to Arstotzka.
The room. All right.
Is it the same room, Andrew, or a different room?
I'll say that you're probably close enough. If you want to, you can make it to the same room.
Yeah, I think for
the same
effect.
room? The same room gives it climate,
Yeah, it's It's
You still probably
atmosphere.
got the blood, the blood
It's
stains on
feng
the
shui.
floor.
I hope is there's bits, but yeah, I'll lead him in. I'll open the door and I'll look to see the man's reaction.
He'll kind of just walk on by. Doesn't really seem to notice.
I'm leading him into the bloodstained room. He
Yeah.
doesn't notice.
No, he's standing in the blood puddle. Just kind of got a drowsy smile, half smile on his face.
Celine, I
Okay.
think he's just high.
I'll immediately restrain him.
He doesn't really exist.
And if Alia has reached the room, I'll say, he's acting very strange and suspicious. Alia, we must,
Sure.
Yes.
Sure he's not just high, Celine? He is a pilgrim after all.
He didn't seem to be like the other pilgrims. It's
I pointed him out to you, I understand that, but he might just be high.
It's uncommon for pilgrims to partake in things that would get them shot. You understand?
That is a good
Oh,
point.
Necro gets you shot?
At least for me. What's necro? What? Is that a drug?
Go ahead and make, would either of you have, common law Ascalon sector or anything like that?
Oh, let's see, what do I got? We got common lore. Nick is really bad at scrolling. I have Adeptus Astra Telepathicus, then I wrote in Machine Scrubs from when I did Adeptus Mechanicus, but I'm not proficient with it.
No,
He's going with some warp doohickeys, or Terra Stotska.
What about, what do either of you two have any scholastic lores?
Not Aldor.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, my scholastic lore is Imperial Tactics.
Go ahead and make a -40 on that one.
Okay.
Oh, he's just hot. Oh my, -4.
Yeah. So you're not really sure what it is, at least from just his mention of it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll just restrain him and tell Alia to start interrogating him.
Yeah, you really want me to breach his mind, or do you want me to just interrogate him? I don't.
I have a feeling he's not going to cooperate. Do you want to do this the easy way or the hard way? And I kind of smack him upside the head.
I mean, his head moves, but his facial expression doesn't really change.
Do it, Alia. Time is short.
Alright, let's just get this over with. Okay. I'm breaching the mind of a possibly high person. This is probably going to mess me up for a couple of hours. Alright. Focus. Alright, I have successfully focused. If he's going to resist, he must do so now.
Mm-hmm.
He resists with his normal willpower at a -10.
Okay, so for him it's going to be...
If he's going to actually resist, I'm going to need to go look up the rules very specifically for this, because I get different information based on how long I sustain it.
Okay, he's resisting with the 36.
Okay. Alright, I get one... Okay, so that's... he now resists again. Basically, he just keeps going until he beats me. If he doesn't... Okay, he beat me once, alright, so
30.
that's... I mean, on an opposed, though, I still won. By, like...
Well, it's impossible for him to beat you on the... You have 7 degrees, he can get 4 at max.
His opposing a psyker.
So basically...
Oh, one more check. Okay, yeah, he loses. I know everything he knows.
Okay. So you are correct. He's indeed high right now.
How do I feel right now that I'm beating his high thoughts as my own?
Sluggish and a little disconnected.
I figured.
Not even hungry.
He's taking something he refers to as necro. The more common medical term is mind shade. Basically, it's just something it's a little like obscura, less buzz with it, and more just a general disconnection, like being very drunk, only being able to retain most of your faculties, most of your faculty, so you can get through a work day. He got it from one of his friends who named Jims, who he met when he came on the ship. One of the ratings. You know that Jims likes to hang out near the entrance of the Adrenals.
Nothing else interesting.
Which
Do you have anything
you
else?
would know as the marketplace on the ship.
There's a marketplace on this ship? That's sick.
Yeah, huge. Just general pilgrim stuff. Nothing too interesting.
Yeah, I figured. Just, I just think that's kind of cool. It's like a little own mini economy. No obvious heresy going on other than drug purchasing.
Oh, sorry, no. He only knows general pilgrim stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
The Adrenals holds all sorts of different wonders.
Okay. Yeah, well then, I'll withdraw from his mind at that point. He doesn't have anything else going on in his life.
Yep.
Celine. We didn't find any artifacts, but I know who his drug dealer is.
I thought for sure that this was one of the ones we seek.
Yeah, we've got something to do when we're in some downtime. Let's go finish searching another couple of the cargo containers. I wouldn't mind apprehending a drug dealer.
Very well. And what do you think's an appropriate punishment for this one before we leave?
Did he have a history of doing the drug, or did he just recently start doing it?
He started doing it a few years ago, when the work became very oppressive on Desoleum.
I don't know, I'd feel pretty bad for him then. I mean, is he really doing any harm? People like this are truly the victims of this, of people like the drug dealer. I'm But
That does not cleanse their soul of their crimes.
that is true. He did. He sullied his usability to the Emperor through mind-altering substances. It probably is best if you send him on his way.
Indeed. May the Emperor grant him forgiveness, and I'll just cut off his head.
So even as you cut off his head, like his face retains that same kind of like dopey smile on it, and you see him kind of blink a few times, just kind of eyes moving around until he finally stops.
He
I
It
said
was
prayer
quick.
for his soul.
It was quick, and he did not feel much.
From the impression I got from his mind, he hadn't been feeling much for a while.
Well, let's continue our duty until we are too exhausted to continue, and then we will go and get some rest.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys are just gonna spend more time, examining the cargo.
hold,
Yeah. I mean, you're not really gonna find anything there just by examining anything. So.
So, because like I feel like the sense is our strongest like detector right now, and if we're not picking up anything, that's
Considering how far away these artifacts give me a reading, it's probably gonna be I'm gonna have to walk around for a while.
Damn.
So, yeah.
If I had a Psioculum, this might be a bit faster, but
Perhaps we can employ the skills of the other astropaths and whatnot on the ship.
I don't know. They're generally pretty busy. No, I used to work here.
Well,
They do very, very important work. It's rather high risk for such mundane things.
our work here is not mundane. I'll tell you that.
I was speaking of them sending messages across the warp, not our work.
Oh. Well, I know they're busy, but our mission is of the utmost importance. Perhaps we can at least speak to the rogue trader about it.
Okay. So this probably like searching those cargo holds would have taken up most of the day.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna kind of go speak to him kind of at the end of it then.
Probably. Yeah.
I'm gonna go hang out with the drug dealer after we're done talking to him. You know, I have personal beef with him.
Yeah, you guys kind of make your way back up to the higher levels. What are you gonna go to? Are you gonna just go to the bridge? Alia would probably know that he's most likely to be there. Or you, or you
That
could
seems
just.
logical.
So you're gonna just go up to the bridge like Lathrin did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is Urko Nam still with you?
No, I don't think he was ever with us.
Yeah, I'm still
I mean, we
counting
talked to him.
corpses and now searching body cavities.
Oh.
The
Oh,
ash is
geez.
relatively clean on this one.
His heart is in perfect condition. What weak flesh.
Yeah. Okay, so you're kind of like you are come up against the same door as Lathrin did.
Okay. I look for a speaker grill.
There is one.
I ping it and announce myself. Celine
It does-
Ostrom requesting an audience with the rogue trader.
Granted. The doors will open and the guards will kind of stand aside. So
I give them the slightest of nods.
they're kind of stand at attention.
And I move by them and kind of just follow Alia because she probably knows where to go.
I will definitely walk towards the bridge, I'd assume.
Well, yeah, you're on the bridge now. So-
Into the bridge.
So yeah, you guys see the rogue trader with Lathrin just kind of chilling out above him.
I'll address Lathern first. Lathern, what are you doing here?
Just watching.
Surely not shirking your duty. What have you found?
Celine, it's not like everybody can search as well as we can. It's hardly their fault they have to amuse themselves in some other way.
This is unacceptable. You'll be coming with us after this, Lathern.
Wouldn't it be useful to keep eyes on the rogue trader just in case you find any incriminating evidence?
He'll kind of look up at you with a bemused smile and say, "I assure you that won't be the case."
Yeah, and Celine will kind of say to the rogue trader, "I'm terribly sorry about this, my lord. I know that what you're doing here is the Emperor's work, and I ask forgiveness for his slight."
No problem. The Inquisition, of course, must hold all in suspicion. No offense is taken.
But yes, we digress. Why we came here is we were requesting additional support from your psychers. I probably misspeak and say witches, and then correct myself to a more polite term, at least for his sake. Your astropaths and your anyone you can spare.
I'll kind of get like a bit of a dog look on his face and say, astropaths and psychers are, well, for one, they're hard to come by. Two, I'm oath bound to keep their purity and keep them under my sanctuary. I would be remiss in my duties if I did not ask why you needed them.
Their abilities are able to detect what we are looking for on your ship. Remember the foul Xenos artifacts here?
Ah, I see. And would that not put their souls in danger?
That is what I am here for, and I pat the hilt of my chainsword. I am quite proficient at killing the witchkin.
I'll kind of give you an even more sour look and say, if you truly consider it necessary, you may have them.
Thank you, my lord. I do consider it truly necessary. As I spoke to you before, the fate of worlds is at stake. Specifically the shrine world in which we're headed to.
This is true. I'll say.
Very well. If you can perhaps in the morning send them to the cargo bay, and I will take command.
As you say, Lady Ostrom, that will be done.
I'll give him like a salute, and then I'll turn my gaze to Lethrin with like.
I'll bow. I still respect him.
Yeah.
This is sleaze.
Lethrin, I believe we should be going.
All right.
As soon as we leave the rogue trader's presence, do I notice his drunkenness? Lethrin's like that he's been drinking.
Would Lathern have brought a bottle of alcohol with him?
No, he would have finished it before.
Probably enough times gone by that it wouldn't be super
do I
obvious.
Smell it?
Make a scrutiny test.
Okay. Because I am scrutinizing him very much so. Yes.
You definitely detect that he still probably has the smell of alcohol on him.
Lethrin, I know you are new to this, but what exactly were you doing, in all seriousness?
keeping my eyes on
Obviously.
the rogue trader?
I suppose in a way that might have been helpful, but what all did you learn? I'm sure he was just sitting up there doing his normal commands.
If anything, I would be keeping him from, like, doing anything, important. I would just be following him and keeping an eye on him. He's the one with the most power here, so...
Listen, Lethran,
The one with
if
the
we
biggest auto gun here. I don't care.
if we cannot place our faith in the rogue trader, then why would we would not be alive. He would have blasted us to our Aquila to smithereens before we ever got permission to dock, or perhaps murdered us with his thousands upon thousands of armsmen on his ship, including combat servitors and auto turrets. He would not be so forthcoming. I believe we have to place our faith in the rogue trader. After all, he is a pious man taking these pilgrims to the shrine world.
You tell me that I'm neglecting my duties as an inquisitor, right?
Acolyte.
Or act like part of the group, right?
I believe I'm merely stating that your abilities are wasted currently.
Well, it's our duty to question everything no matter what. Even if someone has shown us goodwill does not mean that they are good.
But priorities. We must seek evidence. And right now the evidence points us in other directions.
All this evidence could all be set up by hands of forth. You know, you can just like a couple sentences ago, you said how powerful he was, how he could shoot us down no matter what, and how he could send this entire ship after us. What if he's just doing this to clear his name and pin the blame on somebody else?
Well, then it comes to us to find the guilt that he is hiding. As it stands now, there is none. And what do you think we've been doing here? We're going to get the truth.
And I'd just be quiet. So I just stop.
In any case, get some rest. In the morning, you'll be reassigned to a more useful purpose.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you guys going to go back to the quarters he provided?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They're each very luxurious quarters. Probably quite larger than anything you've ever stayed on. You know, like even in your time with the Inquisition, like none of you have quite stayed in these are basically each the size of like a full apartment. Kind of, little kitchen, kitchen, bedroom, bath, with a window that displays different vistas that you can cycle through, kind of like a TV screen, sort of.
Celine ignores most of the luxuries. She sleeps on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and just does like her prayers and kind of daily rituals before
Mm-hmm.
going to sleep.
Does Okonam come back to sleep, or does he count through the night?
He'll count through the night.
Do you keep the armsmen there through the night?
Oh my god.
They're necessary to this work.
Okay. Do you at least let them have dinner breaks?
If flesh units require it, yes.
Thank God.
Good, so I don't have to form me on this. Okay. Yeah, so they're quite clearly pissed that you're making them stay down here in the cold holds, counting dead corpses throughout the night. So go ahead and make another 3 scrutiny tests. See how well you do on this.
They're thinking about shivving you right now.
Probably. Oh, God.
Okay, well,
You need
still
a
nothing.
logic processor upgrade, man.
Not worried about flesh units.
Okay, now go ahead and take a toughness. Well, go ahead and take a toughness test to resist the fatigue.
What point does he become cyborg enough to not need to do that?
Quite a bit, I'd imagine. So yeah, you go ahead and take 1 fatigue.
Go ahead and take 1 fatigue. Please take 1 fatigue at your leisure.
Nah, fuck that.
Browse at your leisure.
So yeah, you still really don't get anything out of the corpses. Your count proceeds on, though. You've probably hit somewhere around 5,000 confirmed now. You know, fully sorted.
And how their organs look.
Varying states. You know, seems to be a. Do you have any Medicaid skill?
Definitely not.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you
Their
can't really.
organs.
Yeah, they all look like squishy, fleshy bits to you.
Weak, pathetic flesh.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fails all the time.
So yeah. Do you want to do anything else?
Just keep counting.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna do that
Keep
through the
checking
whole
body.
next day?
Yeah, just keep
Okay,
going,
go.
checking body count and cavities.
Yeah. Go ahead and make another 3 scrutiny tests.
Oh, God.
You should have brought more body bags.
You're getting close.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen.
Now go ahead and make another toughness test for fatigue. So yeah, still nothing. You probably get to around 10,000 now. Did you keep the same armsman there the whole time?
I would imagine they probably wouldn't have come back and they would have sent, like, different people, probably.
Did you give them orders to?
I would ask them to come back for continuing assistance, but I'm not exactly about to order them. I think the captain would probably have use for them elsewhere, and I'm obviously already in place to continue counting and checking. Also, I got sick and tired of hearing them complain under their breath.
Okay. Okay, so you probably get a new shipment of armsmen who help you through the day. What do the rest of you do when you wake up?
I'm gonna go visit that drug dealer. I think I need to give him a piece of my mind.
Okay, so
I'll wait for Celine to be up first, in case I don't have the stomach to stab him, which I probably will.
So, do you go and seek out Celine in her room?
Well, I go and knock, seeing if she's up at whatever hour I get up at. I don't even know. Does space have hours?
Okay, yeah, it's probably really early. And, yeah, Celine answers. Hello, Alia. Are you ready for the day?
Yes, I was wondering if we could go kill that drug dealer this morning. I want to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody else.
Sounds like a plan, and such unpious individuals would perhaps know of other such individuals, perhaps the ones we seek.
I hope he isn't high too, then. Going through the other high guy's mind was awful.
Yes. Should we collect the others?
Why not? They obviously don't seem to know what to do.
Is the only other person in the rooms our rooms here is Lethrin. Verity's on the ship, and Urko's and still doing his stuff.
Mhm. And Aldora still seems to be dealing with whatever she got called away to do. So, yeah.
So I'll knock on Lethrin's door.
What does Lethrin say?
No response for a bit.
I'll open it.
You see me like barely getting out of bed.
Lethrin, we must go.
Yeah, I'll catch up.
We're heading to the
And I'm
market
rubbing
then.
My head.
You what?
I was rubbing my head, like trying to shake off the sleep.
Clean yourself up. You're a servant of the Emperor. We'll meet you in the market.
I'll be there.
And I'll turn on my heel.
Oh, before you leave,
Yes?
do you know how to order food?
I completely ignore him and keep walking.
Oh, God.
Someone's feeling like they got a really big auto cannon by their side. Apparently.
I like to imagine it was a two bedroom and you just left his auto cannon on the other bed. You can have this bed. I'll have this one.
I guess it's just me and Alia then.
Woo!
Again.
You know what
it'd be-
Verity is.
it would only be like 5 minutes, so. Well, I don't know how long it takes to put on everything, but it wouldn't. I would be like almost right behind you.
Alright.
I do not know where Verity is. I hope she's okay. She hasn't radioed in a while. Perhaps
sure
we can
she's
check on her
asleep.
after
Somewhere.
our duties.
Alright.
How committed to investigation this party is.
What was that, Andrew?
I love how committed to the investigation this party is.
Yeah, me and Alia and Urko getting things done.
Everybody else is taking a nap. Oh, I'm taking a sick day. You guys go ahead.
When Lethrin catches up to us, I assume we're not quite there yet. And I say, did your commissar let you behave like that?
Nope, but he's dead, so it doesn't really order me around.
Well, you can consider me your commissar. If you ever abandon your duty... Yeah, I just kind of let that hang.
She isn't lying.
Your ass is grass.
I'm making you my lawn.
Okay, so yeah, Elia, you kind of know exactly where to find him and what he looks like. You know, you pretty mindfuck that guy pretty hard. So
Pretty hard, yeah.
yeah, you're able to find him without much trouble. He's kind of standing just at the entrance to the Adrenals as you come in. You know.
Okay. Oh, this place looks cool.
Alright, well, let's not waste any time. I'm gonna walk over to him. So, how are you doing today?
I'll move behind him.
What's he kind of looks at you.
I have my brand in full view, by the way.
So do you guys all kind of come in full? Do you guys all come in loaded for bear, like, you know, auto cannon, you know, full power armor, all that?
Oh yes, I'm always.
Yeah.
You can consider me always. 100% of
Yeah.
the time.
He looks at you guys, kind of approaching, and just kind of runs for it.
Yeah, No.
I'll give chase, although I think it's going to be a short chase with.
Well, I'm gonna wait to see how the chase starts to develop. If she starts to lose it all, I'm just gonna paralyze him. So I'd rather not make a scene in the middle of the market. Psyker, Psyker apprehending him.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Hold on. Let me find the appropriately exciting music.
Ruined the fun I was gonna have with him slowly hinting at what I knew.
Well, at least I'm trained in athletics, so.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So he's rolling on a 35. Go ahead and roll against that.
4 degrees of success.
Yeah, you need just one more degree. You're like right behind him, so.
Okay, I get 2.
Yeah, so you're able to kind of throw him on the ground. There's a large, there's cries as you kind of go running through the drennels. Everyone parting way for you too.
I make sure to land with the full weight of my power armor on his legs as I tackle him and crush probably every bone in his legs.
What the hell do you want?
You're so...
Now, isn't that a suspicious thing to do when we look at you?
Screw you! I know who you are. Bunch of psychos.
Alia, do you wish to do any interrogating before?
He might know the rest of the network. We might as well.
Indeed. Here, and just kind of look around.
Probably not.
I'll look for a side room then.
Let's at least take him out into the hallway.
Do we see any hallways, alleys, side rooms?
I mean, yeah, there's like a whole, like different, this is basically like the center of the ship, and all the hallways kind of pass through here at some point. It's a kind of maze of different tunnels that lead off. So.
Or just go for the nearest room, and if there's any people inside, I shout at them to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And sit them in a chair and hold them down so Alia can penetrate.
So, you can do this one of 2 ways. Either I can make you tell me what I want to know, or you can just tell me what I want to know and be honest. I'll probably do the first one anyway, but you can make my job a bit easier. Tell me, what do you think I want to know?
Where to get a good dickin'?
Alright, fuck you. Yeah, okay. I'm raping his mind.
Guess you found where you want to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Propose me. Basically, just do it 5 times. That's pretty much the level of...
Ooh, would that 3 have passed?
I got 3 degrees of success, I believe. So how many did he get?
Yeah.
4. You count the plus the initials.
Okay. Then I think he succeeded. So then I'm just gonna start it again. And this is the fun. Alright, okay.
So he passes again.
Damn. He is very resistant. I am pretty impressed.
Well, did his first few failures give you anything, or?
I'm looking that up now. It's like I don't get everything though, which is kind of the problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4th round. Okay. I get his subconscious, short-term memory, and surface thoughts. But did I also tell you that I get to know how insane and corrupted they are? I forgot about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you would see this guy has 13 insanity, 21 corruption.
Damn.
Holy shit.
He's a drug dealer, yo.
Yeah, I figured, Still a pretty dirty soul. You should take it to the laundromat more often.
Well, I think it's about to get wrung out pretty quick here.
Oh, yeah.
So short-term memory, it has him going through his day, dealing his drugs. It looks like he has a large enough supply cache to last him for a little while.
I know where it is.
Yeah, it's in his basically like he keeps it in a little hiding hole just off of the hallway from his bunk room.
That's a nice place to hide all those drugs, isn't it?
Screw you!
You got any friends you want to tell me about?
Yeah, he says, kind of like holding up his middle finger or whatever the 40k equivalent of that. You can meet him. This is him.
Hi.
Say hello. He says, wiggling at you.
Alright, Celine, I believe we've gotten all we need to know out of this man.
Yeah. So he doesn't know anyone then?
It doesn't appear so.
Does he know... did you find out anything if he knows of any hiding places for illegal cargo, since he himself has some?
That's a good point. I should probably try a little bit harder. Alright.
And remember, this is extremely excruciating for this dude, I bet.
Yeah, I am, I literally strip his psyche. Okay, that's a failure. Let's go again. That's a failure. Let's go again. That's a success.
Now, does this start back over?
Oh yeah, it starts over every single time.
So
Otherwise I would have just succeeded earlier.
And it's minus 10 willpower for him.
Yeah.
I think that just about equals it. It's 4.
Yeah, doesn't the aggressor win on ties?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
We can keep this up all day. Yeah, I'm gonna say this gives me a level of exhaustion every like 3 times I do this. This is probably really taxing for me to do.
Okay, so
that gives him everything? Or gives her everything?
Let me just do one more thing. Ah, damn it. So, as you kind of get to this last area, shot rings out and takes his face off.
Alright, immediate awareness test. Where did the bullet come from?
Celine shouts out, Lethrin, where'd it come from?
What kind of...
Our natural sense is 100 meters. Where did the bullet come from? I'm killing whoever fired that bullet.
Okay, it came from about 75 meters up, far the, kind of like a balcony overhead.
Terrify.
Terrify? Go ahead.
Oh shit, I'm a fate point that. Okay, success.
Okay.
Minus 10 willpower.
Okay, he's going to be rolling on a 29. Fails.
Oh yeah. Okay.
How long is he terrified for?
Well, it just depends on what he rolls at this point. So I gotta scroll back down to it because this PDF is the world's slowest thing. Are PDFs always meant to be this slow?
He rolls on the shock table with plus 10 for each psi rating.
So 50.
74. Let me look at the shock table. I don't think this is going to paralyze him.
Doesn't mean I can't do it again before he gets away. I was gonna give him stacking neuroses till he can no longer move.
Let's see, what page is that?
Page 287.
Okay. 74. Can take no action until he covers himself. Okay.
So me and Lethern probably start sprinting up there.
It's going to be a little bit. It's going to take a little bit longer. I mean, 74 meters, 3 stories up, and there's not exactly a direct route to him. So.
Yeah, I just shouted at Alia. Keep him busy or hold him there somehow. We'll get up there, and we'll start running.
So, okay, that was his turn to recover himself. He doesn't. Go ahead.
Alright, then I'm just gonna keep terrifying him, so...
Okay.
If he's stunned, does that mean he can't resist this now and I can just keep doing this?
He's not stunned. He just can't take any action.
Alright, I succeed.
Okay. 29.
Okay, he, same roll as before. Oh, shit.
Plus 50.
Yeah.
135. Laughs hysterically, attacks anything near him.
That was...
Okay.
Whoops. I feel really bad about that one. Well, he still has to snap out of the first one.
No, I think this kind of overrides it.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's like you're pushing him deeper into levels of terror.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, they stack. It's just, he goes further down the terror chart. Yeah. So he just starts unloading onto some civilians.
Oh my god. I'm making him look a lot worse.
Just screaming hysterically. So some armsmen are going to come running,
Oh, shit.
What you do?
Alia, you disable him. Something.
I can only mentally disable him from this distance. I'm keeping him from running away. This is about the best I can do.
Probably about another 3. Okay, so you get another 3 turns to get him. He's
opened up on civilians.
Oh, come on! That is the least Celine thing I've ever heard.
Okay, he actually snaps out of that. He's gonna start running. So.
Did he not even shoot at the civilians at all?
Well, no. Once he gets back at it, so this was that was the last turn that you did that. So, well, I guess we'll.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do to him now. Did I? So I was able to see his face through unnatural senses, right?
I suppose. It
Okay.
doesn't work like that.
Well, I mean, I just need to be able to know, like, what he looks like and get a general idea of him to be able to do astral telepathy, because now I'm just gonna fuck with him if he gets out of range.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he's probably just like you get one more chance to hit him just because he probably sprints. Actually, I'd say he sprints away, just outside of your range. You'd have to start running after him to get back in.
Yes, that mean I couldn't focus, but yeah, I'm gonna go for it. So I'll run as far as I can, then I'll try one last time to hit him before I switch over to the other method.
Okay, go ahead.
This is gonna be hallucinate, so he does not take a penalty to this. Okay, I'm gonna fate point that. Alright, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, 39. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this time he's rolling on the hallucination table.
Ooh.
9.
I don't believe he gets a bonus for my psi rating. I always have trouble finding the goddamn page for this stuff. I should really just write it down.
I think it's in the equipment section.
Well, I was just gonna go look at hallucinate, because...
Yeah. Like I said, I think that's in the equipment section, is the hallucinate effects.
Yeah, he just rolls on the hallucination effects, which is on page 146. Okay,
Yeah, he rolled a 9.
I'm only little. The character believes he has shrunken to half size, and everything is now frightening. Everything now counts as having the Fear 3 trait to him.
Fear 3? Oh, fuck. Oh, that's awesome.
I should just started with this. It's probably a better idea.
So he's probably gonna suffer some shock then?
The effect on the table lasts a number of rounds equal to half the Psyker's psi rating rounded up, so 3 rounds.
And Fear 3 is what, minus 30 willpower or suffer that many degrees of failure on the shock table.
So that would have been minus. Okay, so that's 7 degrees of failure, so
84.
4, yeah.
His mind went on a serious mushroom trip.
Yeah.
First he's like unconscious, then he's trying to shoot civilians, and now he's shrunk.
Yeah.
The guardsmen aren't coming after him. Well, I mean, they're probably coming after him because he shot a bullet, but...
We should reach there first. Hopefully.
Okay, let's see, so that was 287 for the fear table, I think.
Yeah, 287 was the fear table. I love how I just make everybody traverse all the tables in the
Okay,
book.
he must flee the source of his fear, which I'm still gonna roll.
But if everything counts as having the source of his fear, wouldn't he just not move?
I'm gonna say that you're the biggest source of his fear.
Does he even know that I'm doing this? He isn't a psyker.
I mean, he probably has an idea of who you are at this point. And
Yeah, I guess
so-
I am the weird chick with a blindfold that's, just staring at him.
Yeah.
I think he should take a penalty to his movement speed, though, because he thinks he's small.
That doesn't really make sense, though.
But, I mean, think about it. He thinks his legs are tiny, so we can't
Yeah,
move
so-
as fast.
No, he's going to perceive it weird, but he's going to still try to pump his legs as fast as he can. He's still the same size.
That would be fun. He's taking like tiny steps.
Alright, okay. Yeah, well, resolve everything
Well,
else. I think that's about as much as I can do.
Yeah, it still might make him go down a non-optimal escape route, though. It should hopefully still help us catch him.
I'm going to do another willpower test for him. Okay, he's going to just keep running. So here's his athletics check. Ooh, that's nice.
Damn, he is pumping it.
Should I make one too?
Yeah. You guys are
Okay.
going to need like 10 degrees of success to catch him.
Okay, I'll fate point that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I got 3.
He still wins.
Yeah.
Do I do
Yeah, go ahead.
athletics?
I mean, we need Aldora here. She could just kneecap him.
He still wins.
Dang.
So, with just that, get that distance, does he completely escape us, or do we continue?
He's a little bit ahead, and let me see. I'm going to say he's got a 40% chance to escape, so if he rolls under a 40, he does. No, he doesn't.
He stubs
So-
his
Okay.
toe.
Does
Well, keep in mind, in 3 rounds, if he doesn't succeed on willpower, he is free from the compulsion.
But I think he's still going to be running.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, he might act differently.
Yeah. Okay, so here's his willpower test again. He fails that, and he's going to blow his brains out. Suicides.
Okay. Well, I will go and search his corpse with Lothran.
Okay.
Alright, well, Allie will really be in no hurry to catch up because she knows she's not as athletic as either of you two, so she knows even trying she wouldn't catch either of you.
Okay. So I think I'm going to probably call it there for a session tonight, just because, we're pretty close to the end. So, and just, we can pick the investigation up next time.
The end of the campaign?
No.
Okay.
Nowhere near.
I had to say, that's a really weird ending. Taking down a drug cartel on board a void vessel.
No, at the end of the session.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright. Well, that was interesting. I feel like we're making progress, but still I'm worried about us finding this shit before we reach the planet.
We have several weeks. It's been like a day.
Yeah,
Have
I
about
guess you're
2
right.
weeks.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We'll find it.
Anyways, hope you guys had fun with this one.
Yeah, I really do wish there was more that people could do during this investigation. I feel like I'm the only one that's capable of doing most of it, and I feel kind of bad.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get through those bodies yet.
I'm
Those
just
corpses
saying
aren't
that I
gonna
wish
count
this
themselves.
shit, was more inclusive of the entire party.
Well, I mean, they could probably throw me some suggestions. I'm sure we could. I mean, if Celine can make progress investigating stuff, I'm sure anyone can.
Yeah, exactly.
Celine's like the crab trying to knit clothes.
Mhm. Yeah.
It can, just probably shouldn't.
Yeah. And Eldora will be back next time, so that should help.
Woo! Lead investigator Eldora.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have a good night, guys. 200 XP. I get 250, I guess, for this session.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Night.
Good night.
All right. Let's see what toy.